welcome to Coffee with Captain Carlos. And today we have some special guests with us. We have Stephanie, who is a property manager for Kensington Suites. Welcome, Stephanie.
Thank you.
And we also have Jonathan, the Chief of Security for Kensington Suites. And he's with Protective Force International.
Yes, sir.
Welcome.
Thank you, Captain.
Welcome to Bolden Area Command. We appreciate you guys being here. So the reason why you're here today is to discuss Kensington and the relationship with Bolden Area Command. One, I want to thank you all for being here on behalf of the Sheriff and the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department. Partnerships with the community and apartment complexes, they go a long way. And especially with the security and the management, we all working together with the police department, it helps us have a more secure environment out there in the community. And our community members feel that when we all work together and able to provide a nice comprehensive plan together to keep our community safe. So today, I would like to start off with some questions for Stephanie. And I would like Stephanie to tell us a little bit about yourself and how long you've been with Kensington.
So again, my name is Stephanie. I've been with Kensington for 2 years, but I've been working in property management for 4 years.
Excellent, excellent. So tell us a little bit about Kensington Suites and the management company. And your company is AMG, is it?
Yes, AMG.
And that stands for?
Advanced Management Group.
Okay, could you tell us a little bit about them and who they manage and what they do?
So Advanced Management Group, they're a property management company. I believe they manage about over 50 apartment complexes here in Las Vegas. They do manage other weeklies and regular conventional apartments.
So Kensington is a weekly apartment complex,
Yes,
right?
weekly and monthly.
Weekly and monthly, okay. So Stephanie, what's the current population of Kensington Suites?
Since it's about 200 units, so almost 100, about 400 residents.
About 400 residents, okay. So families, sure you have kids on property and things
Yes.
like that? Excellent, excellent. What project between Kensington and Bolden that you think has benefited the residents?
This past summer, we partnered with Bolden. They came out and they brought foods and school supplies for the kids at Kensington. So that definitely helped them out with food and the school supplies, since everybody was going virtual learning.
Yes, and we call those a violence intervention program. And we go out there and what we do is we bring other organizations alongside us to help provide the food, provide the school supplies, things like that. And those of you out there that have provided the support, we appreciate that support. How is Kensington working to improve the property for its residents?
So I'll take care of this one.
Okay, either one.
No, we have a fantastic relationship with Bolden Area Command, so I think the pinnacle of us teaming up and making sure that concerns from the residents are being addressed in the proper chain. So the things that we can handle at our level, we take care of, and then outside of our scope, we rely and we have that wonderful relationship with Bolden Area Command to make sure that we bring resources and or enforcement action on individuals and our residents who may or may not need to be on that property.
Okay, all right. So a lot of collaboration with both areas.
Absolutely.
To keep the residents as safe as possible. Can you name some specific improvements or anything like that on property recently that have come to pass that you've been able to accomplish?
So some of the things that AMG is doing is changing out that lighting. We know that lighting is an incredibly important aspect of crime prevention. Having incorporated not only that, but our officers, once everybody moves in, let's just say a couple days after, we'll go and knock and talk is what we call it, and meet with them and say, hey, we're the security department. If you need us for any reason, contact us. We incorporate a lot of community aspects, which we're also partnering with you and other organizations and nonprofits to do outreach right before our summer spike in residents and tourism, and finally everything coming open back.
looking forward to things getting back to normal?
Absolutely.
Excellent. We are too. Stephanie, you recently took the Metro LVMPD crime-free multi-housing class. Could you tell us some things that you took away from that class and how they benefited Kensington?
One of the things that I learned was how to tell signs of a sex trafficking victim. Being a weekly and monthly, we do get a lot of people traveling from out of state or just coming to stay for a short visit. So it was important for me to learn that so I could teach my front desk staff how to tell the signs and the appropriate numbers and to call when they see something like that.
That's very important, and I'm glad that you had that takeaway, because Las Vegas being a transient city that it is, a lot of times sex trafficking, human trafficking, and things like that in some of the daily weeklies and hotels and residences like that, or extended stay residences, they tend to lend themselves to being areas where those predators would, take up residency, because they're only there for a short period of time. They're constantly moving around, and they're preying on these young women. And I'm glad that you took that class. I'm glad you're able to train your staff to help protect our citizens. So for security, could you tell us a little bit about yourself and how long you've been working with Kensington?
Absolutely, Kevin. So our organization's been around almost about 3 years. We have roughly 200-some officers throughout the city. We have our canine units, our investigators, patrol officers. And in Kensington, I believe we were almost coming up on our 2-year mark for servicing them. They've been an excellent pleasure to work with. Stephanie is a very proactive manager. And we as a security arm encourage that in all of our apartment complex managers, because it allows us to bring back resources to them because they ask for it. A lot of what we've noticed and some of the challenges we have as property managers don't know how to adequately use security to liaison either to the COP units or to the area commands. But Stephanie and Kensington as a whole and all their upper management is very, very, very incorporated within their community, and we value that.
Appreciate that. That's an excellent answer. Have you seen any improvements in in how you all working together? Have you seen some improvements specifically for Kensington? I'm sure you have programs that you have at other locations around the valley, because you do service other communities. Have you seen some improvements that Kensington has done that's like comparable to others, or what they've done to make their residents more safe?
So like I mentioned before, that knock and talk, I highly encourage that. That's a simple program that a security officer that comes on site receives the information from their property managers on who is supposed to be there, some new move-ins. We make contact with them, and we get to identify, are they subleasing? Are the individuals who are supposed to be there? If not, we then remove them on our own and with the authority we have on our properties, or we notify you guys to come in and support us. But that program in itself has played such a crucial aspect, I think, in all of our properties. And we're going to be implementing it now in our housing complexes. So our housing authority as well, we've taken over those properties. So I can see in the future that is an awesome plan to have in coordination with property management and all the area commands throughout the valley.
Okay. So I'm sure you work with some of our other area commands around the valley, but you prefer Bolden Area Command, right?
Yes, sir. You gave me some coffee.
All right. You got coffee.
Yes.
Nobody else is doing coffee with Captain Carlos. So, even though I'm the only captain named Carlos on the department. But anyway, so we've seen some increase in calls for service there. We've seen some decrease in calls for service there, and we want to make sure we do everything we can to drive down the cost of service in a community like that. We know that you got some great people there, Stephanie. Jonathan, you guys are out there, you care, and we appreciate you guys being here. So back to Stephanie, what's your future for Kensington? Where do you see it going? What's going on there?
I would like to see I would like to have more partnerships with the local churches around. See if we could set up any food
banks?
Food banks, thank you. Any food banks that they could come and they could, give out resources or lend any helping hand to any of our residents that are struggling.
Well, you're in luck because Bolden Area Command has a substantial amount of churches that we partner with. We partner with a lot of churches that, and a few of them in particular, sponsor food drives and food pantries and things like that. So your location of Kensington couldn't be in a better spot when it comes to being supported by local churches. I think per capita, Bolden Area Command has the most churches in Las Vegas. I mean, you can go some of our streets, you have a church on every corner block. That's important because a lot of people around here are people of faith, and they go to church on Sunday. And I know COVID has impacted them, and so as we start to move out of this COVID atmosphere, the lockdown, so to speak, and start to get ourselves back to normal, hopefully we'll see some more engagement there. So at this point in time, I'd like to ask either one of you if you have anything else that you would like to add. I think we've had a beautiful discussion here, but I would like to open the floor if you have anything else you'd like to add and share with our community members of Bolden Area Command.
Actually, Kevin, I'll do real quick. So we have domestic violence outreaches programs that we're going to be implementing there as well. So I sit on the board for Shade Tree. The Shade Tree is a wonderful organization that helps families throughout the valley. So I know we've reached out with CLP and we're coordinating right now to have pop-up domestic violence outreaches, and Kensington is our first property that we're taking that program back on. Of course, again, everybody can say COVID, which yes, it impacted, so we had to stop it, but Kensington and your area command is our first.
Excellent. And during this time of COVID, there was a little bit of an increase in domestic violence. Everybody's at home, tensions running high, people are out of work, those types of things, that friction in the family cause a lot of issues. And I know those wonderful people over at Shade Tree, protecting the family, trying to get them help, trying to get them some counseling and things like that, and get them out of those abusive relationships. And I know it's been tough because of COVID, but I'm glad that we're able to partner with you to keep those families safe and provide those services. Hey, Stephanie. So, is there anything else you would like to add that you can tell us about Kensington and where it's going in the future?
On April 3rd, we'll be having an Easter egg hunt. We're collaborating with Antioch Church. We weren't able to do it last year due to COVID, so I'm glad that we're able to do it this year for the kids. They're going to hide eggs around the property filled with candy and prizes. It's between ages 3 to 12, so anyone's welcome to come. It'll start at 2:30.
Excellent. And where is it going to be located? It's going to be at the Kensington?
At the property, yes.
At the property. Excellent. And I tell you what, make sure you get with our crime prevention specialist, Omar, and I'm sure that we can probably send some officers over there to help support that effort and keep everybody safe and interact with the citizens and the community members over there in Kensington. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us today, and we appreciate you and our community joining us for coffee with Captain Carlos. And as we say, keep up that Bolden pride. And just on another note, I want to tell you, you've seen those monuments around Bolden. Keeping pride in the West Side is always our top priority. So make sure keeping pride in the West Side and keep up the Bolden pride. Thank you. Have a good day.